उल्लंघ्य सिंधोः सलिलं सलीलं यशोकवह्निं जनकात्मजायाः आदाय तेनैव ददाह लंकां नमामि तं प्राञ्जलिराञ्जनेयम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि. Hope and hopelessness are integral in the lives of people. Every present moment paves the way for future. And therefore, it is very important to strike the right balance between denial and despair. While the present moment we could be facing uncontrollable situations, we necessarily need to have a hope for a better future. At the same time, hoping and dreaming about the future could also mean not doing the right things in the present. We see Hanuman intelligently handling despair and denial, hope and hopelessness with equanimity. And Hanuman witnesses Sita managing hope and hopelessness with even more equanimity than what he could have ever imagined. Hanuman, perched on the Sinshupa tree, witnesses events as they unfold in Ashoka Vatika, and Hanuman sees how Sita is being subject to unimaginable torture. Ravana's threatening words to Sita, Hanuman endures through the pain of seeing Sita being tortured by Ravana. And a frustrated Ravana leaves Ashoka Vatika, giving clear instructions to all the Rakshasis. Increase the torture. He commands. Ravana gives only 2 months to Sita to change her mind. Escalate the torture. Keep escalating it until Sita succumbs and changes her mind. Ravana commands and in a state of frustration leaves Ashoka Vatika. And all the horrendous Rakshasis with obnoxious features surrounding Sita begin to threaten Sita. The Sama, Dana, Veda, Danda, all means being put to use by the Rakshasis in order to influence Sita. So Hanuman, witnessing this, is patiently waiting for a right opportunity. He is enduring this pain. We may wonder, what has happened to Hanuman? The same Hanuman was had a sense of urgency. When he had to cross the ocean, he did not take a moment to patiently wait. There was a sense of urgency in him. Right now, the same Hanuman, seated on the tree in Ashoka Vatika, is very patiently waiting for the right opportunity. Hanuman demonstrates a very important lesson here. A lesson on when to fight and when to fold. When to fight and when not to fight. When to be patient and when to show a sense of urgency. No, both are virtues, no doubt. Being patient is a virtue. Showing a sense of urgency in certain matters is also a virtue. But the greatest virtue is to choose when to exhibit which quality at what time. Most often, we do exactly the opposite. We show a sense of urgency when we shouldn't, when we should be patient. We become impatient when patience is needed, and vice versa. And then we are very patient when we actually have to show some sense of urgency. Hanuman here very clearly demonstrates that virtue of choosing the right quality to be adopted, a sense of urgency or patience. And here, Hanuman is waiting for the opportune moment in order to engage in a conversation with Mother Sita. Now he notices a flurry of activity even after Ravana leaves Ashokavatika. All these Rakshasis, Ekajata, Harijata, Prahasa, Ajamukhi, several of these Rakshasis, they come around menacingly closer to Sita. One Rakshasi says, "You are foolish. A woman, you are really foolish. You are missing out a great opportunity. Great opportunity of not marrying Ravana. Change your mind," she threatens. Another Rakshasi says, "Don't you understand the fortune to be Ravana's wife?" Now another Rakshasi tries to put up an argument. "You must know Ravana's background. He is the son of Vishravas, who is none other than the son of the illustrious Pulatsya. Look at the lineage to which Ravana belongs. Do not miss out on this offer of Ravana." And then another Rakshasi uses the approach of Danda, almost comes very close to Sita, threateningly says, "You will face dire consequences if you don't change your mind." And then Ajamukhi, another Rakshasi, says, "No point in wasting our time here. Sita, you're going to become our meal and we are going to share you now." Now, in all this, Mother Sita is now wondering, what is the purpose of living in this sinful place? She couldn't care less for any of these frivolous talks, frivolous threatening statements that these Rakshasis are making. Subject to torture, Mother Sita is wondering if there is any more reason for her to stay alive. And she's praying to Rama, "Hey Rama, what did you do to me? I am like a boat being mercilessly tossed around in an ocean, stormy ocean. This whole place is like a stormy ocean and I'm being tossed around mercilessly. What should I do? What should be my next step?" Then, as all these Rakshasis are making those threatening statements, just as Sita was praying to Rama, all of a sudden, a loud declaration is heard, "Wait!" And everybody turns around, and the leader of all those Rakshasis, who was until then sleeping, wakes up and commands. She comes out of a slumber and she commands all the Rakshasis to wait. Sita and Hanuman are also curious, and everyone's attention turns towards this Rakshasi. She is none other than Trijata. Trijata, the daughter of Vibhishana. Trijata until then has been sound asleep, and all of a sudden Trijata wakes up and she commands all the Rakshasis not to proceed, and she says, "Wait." Trijata's dream, Valmiki spends a whole sarga detailing the intricate details of the dream of Trijata. This again, this dream also points out to the Nimitta Shastra and Shakuna Shastras, where we get to know how dreams, situations, signs, circumstances, objects, people around, the environment around, they all can portend events, can show us, can indicate to us events that can unfold. So Trijata begins to share vividly her dream with the rest of the Rakshasis, and both Hanuman and Sita attentively listen to Trijata's dream. Sitam Kavyararyavid Drishtva Santajitam Tada Rakshasi Trijata Vruddha Shayana Vakyam Abravit. Until then, Trijata was asleep, and waking up from a slumber, she wakes up with a shudder. Looks like was quite a disturbing dream. And she wakes up and she starts to share her dream with the rest of the Rakshasis. Trijata addresses all the Rakshasis around. Atmanam Kadatanarya Nasitam Bhakshayishyata. Kadata Atmanam. No, she's addressing all the Rakshasis. You have been threatening her that you will eat devas. Sita, in fact, you should be eating yourself, she says. Atmanam Kadatanarya Sitam Bhakshayishyata Janakasya Sutamishtam Shnusham Dasharatasya cha. Recognize who Sita is. She is the daughter of the illustrious Janaka, and she is the daughter-in-law of Dasharatha. Do not treat her like this, she says. She looks at all the Rakshasis and says, treat her with respect, and do not just threaten her that you will eat her, because sooner or later you are going to face dire consequences. Swapno Dritya Maya Drishta Daruno Romaharshanaha Rakshasanam Abhavaya Bharturasya Bhavaya cha. Rakshasanam Abhavaya. My dream portends destruction of all the Rakshasas, she says. I had a dream, and my dream gives me a very clear indication of destruction of all Rakshasas. Bharturasya Bhavaya cha. And victory for Sita's husband. The welfare of Sita's husband is very clear, and Rakshasas are going to face their end. All the Rakshasis are worried. Hey Trijata, what kind of a dream is this? What did you see in your dream? They're all now curious to listen to Trijata. She's got their attention by saying, all of you are going to face your end. Gajadanta Mayim Divyam Shivikamanantarikshagam. Gajadanta Mayim, it seems she saw a palanquin made of ivory. Gajadanta Mayim Divyam Shivikam Antarikshagam, flying in the sky. Yukta Hamsa Sahasrena Swayamasthaya Raghavaha. And in that palanquin I saw Raghava. He was riding on a palanquin made of ivory, flying in the sky. Shuklamalyam Dharadharaha Lakshmanena Sahagataha. Wearing white garland. All these various signs, various clues. This, through Trijata's dream, we get to see several things: colors, objects, signs, events, animals, directions. Now, all of this, the Nimitta Shastra, within our Jyotisha, very clearly reason out, give various reasons, and every color, every object, every sign, every direction has an underlying meaning. Jyotisha Shastra covers in detail the science of Nimitta. Now, Nimitta is all about omens, all about, which essentially indicator of events that will unfold. So here, what we see here is very graphic, very vivid details of the dream that Trijata is sharing. And each of these details here is only pointing towards good things that will happen for Sita and all bad omens for the Rakshasis. Swapne chadya maya drishta Sita shuklambharavrita sagarena parikshiptam svetam parvatamastita. Sweta Parvata, a very large white mountain on which I see Swapne chadya maya drishta Sita shuklamvaravrita. She is also wearing a white dress. Sagarena parikshiptam, and Svetam Parvata, on a Sweta Parvata, I see also Sita together with Rama and Lakshmana. Ramena Sangata Sita Bhaskarena Prabhayata. Ramena Sangata, together with Rama, I see Sita. I see them glowing as the rays together with sun, essentially indicating that sooner or later Sita shall be united with Rama. Raghavascha maya drishtaha chaturdhamshtam mahagajam. Chaturdhamshtam mahagaj, an elephant with 4 tusks. I see Rama on top of the riding on the elephant. Aruda shaila sankasham chachara sahalakshmanaha. I see Rama riding on an elephant with 4 tusks along with Lakshmana and Mother Sita seated on his lap. Bhartru Angad Samuktatya Tataha Kamalalochana Chandra Suryo Maya Drishta Panina Parimajati. Springing from Rama's lap, it seems Sita was caressing the sun and the moon in the dream, indicating that it is just a matter of time before Mother Sita would experience fortune. Lakshmanena saha brata Sitaya saha vidyavan Aruhya pushpakam divyam vimanam surya sannibham. And all of a sudden they have taken over the Pushpaka Vimana of Ravana. It no longer belongs to him. Now Sita, Rama and Lakshmana, they are flying it, which essentially indicating that sooner all of Ravana's prosperity, everything is going to belong to them. Aruhya pushpakam divyam vimanam surya sannibham uttaram dishamalokyam jagama purushottama. The Purushottama is flying in the Uttara Disha. It is said that in the dream where the direction is pointed towards the north augurs well, it's a good omen, and when somebody is pushed towards the southern direction, it does not augur well. Here they are flying towards the north, Uttaram Disham, which means flying towards victory. Nahiramo Mahateja Shakyo Jetum Surasurai. Now Trijata, therefore, she says, what is the meaning of these signs that I see in my dream? They're flying in a palanquin all together, the palanquin, and then suddenly that palanquin becomes not any other palanquin. It happens to be Ravana's Pushpaka Vimana, and they're flying towards in the northern direction, wearing white garlands and glowing. And therefore, Trijata says there is only one thing all this indicates. Nahiramo Mahateja. Mahateja, with the glorious Rama, Shakyo Jetu Sura Surai. Nashakya. Nashakya. It is not possible that he can be defeated. Nahiramo Mahateja Shakyo Jetu Sura Surai. Rakshasairvapi cha Anyairva Swargaha Papajanairiva. Just like how Swarga cannot be conquered by those who have accumulated Papakarma. There is no way one can go to Swarga with a baggage of Papakarma. Similarly, all these signs that I experienced point towards how Rama cannot be defeated. Surasurehi, by Suras, by Asuras, by Rakshasas, or anyone else. Like how Swarga cannot be conquered by those who have Papakarma, Rama can never be conquered by any of these. Ravanas Chamayat, and she also says, Ravanascha maya drishtaha kshito taila samukshitai. So far, she's been detailing what she saw and how Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana are flying towards victory. Now she says, let me also share with you also the bad omens, the bad signs, and what happens to Ravana. Ravanascha maya drishtaha kshitau taila samukshitaha raktamasa pibanmattaha karavira kritasrajaihi. Raktamasa. He was wearing red colored clothes. Everywhere around Ravana, all oil is sprinkled, and wearing red clothes, Karavira Kritasraja, wearing garland of lilies. It seems Ravana was also drinking oil. It is said that a dream where one, if somebody is drinking oil means something very ill is going to happen. Vimanat pushpakat dadya Ravanaha patito bhuvi krishyamana striyad drishto munda kushnambra punaha. Also, I saw in the dream that Ravana's head is shaven. Ravana's head is shaven, which also does not augur well. And Ravana, I saw him falling down to earth from the Pushpaka Vimana. Is also portending that he is soon going to face defeat. His head is shaved, he is wearing black clothes, and I see Krishyamana Striya Drishto Munda Krishnambara Punah. Not only his head is shaven, I see a woman pulling him in the southerly direction towards the Yamaloka. So therefore, sooner or later, Ravana is going to die. So all the Rakshasis hearing this are in a state of fright. Varahena Dashagrivaha Shimshumarena Chaindrajit Ushtrena Kumbhakarnascha Prayata Dakshinam Disham. Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Indrajit are all being pulled towards the direction of Yama. Varahena Dashagrivaha. Ravana is seated on a boar, Indrajit on a crocodile, Kumbhakarna on a camel, and all set to be pushed towards the southerly direction, towards the direction of Yama. Now, what all these signs, once again, just as how she saw good signs all around Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana, Trijata sees all kinds of bad signs around Ravana and all the Rakshasas. Ekastratamaya drishtaha Shweta Chatro Bhishanaha. She says, but only one on the camp of Rakshasas I see, something auguring well for one. Ekastatra maya drishtaha Shweta Chatro Vibhishanaha Shuklamalya Bharadaraha Shuklaganthanulepanaha. Only Vibhishana is, I see him adorned with white garlands, with all the fragrances. It looks like he alone is comfortably positioned. It looks like everything seems to augur well only for Vibhishana and nobody else. And then she also says, I also saw something horrendous, something which shook me, and which is what shook me out of my sleep. Lanka drishta maya swapne ravanena rakshita dakha ramasya bhutena vanarena tarasvina. We all think Lanka is well protected, but there is something I saw in the dream. She says, Dagda ramasya bhutena vanarena tarasvina. A Vanara who is Ramadhuta, I saw him completely destroying Lanka, burning it fully. And this is something which I saw in the dream. And Hanuman is also listening to this. So Hanuman is also inspired, it looks like, from what Vijata's dream was. Apagachata nashyadvam Sitam apnoti raghavaha ghatat et paramamarshi yushmanam sadhyam hirakshanaihi. Apagachata. She is now commanding all Rakshasis. Apagachata, go away. Otherwise you will be destroyed. You will be destroyed. You are just flying into fire. Do not play with fire now. What I have seen clearly gives me indications as to what is going to happen very soon. Ghatayet Paramarshi Pushmanas Adhyakiraksha. You should not be even thinking of threatening or hurting Sita, because soon you all will be hurt. Let me tell you, let me give you an advice. Please take it from Mitrajita is now advising all the Rakshasis. Priyam Bahumatam Bharyam Vanavasa Manupratam Bhatskritam Tarjitam Vapi Nanumamsyati Raghavaha Na Anumamsyati. The will Raghava will not approve of your actions. If he gets to know what you're doing, you all will be destroyed. Do not try to frighten them. Do not try to threaten them. Instead, Tadalam Krura Vakyaista Santavemabhi Dhiyatam Abhiyayacham Vaidehim Atithimama Rochate. Give up these cruel actions that you are trying to engage. Speak to her with love in a cordial manner. Beg forgiveness from Vaidehi. This is what you must be doing now. Only then, the only action that I will approve of is you begging for forgiveness, nothing more, nothing less. Pranipada prasannahi Maithili Janakatmaja. You must surrender to Maithili now. You still have time. Surrender to her. Pranipada prasannahi Maithili Janakatmaja Alamesha Paritrarum Rakshasyo Mahato Bhayat. She is the only one who is competent to protect us from the calamity that is going to strike. Now, I have seen in my dream the kind of calamity that Lanka is going to face very soon. If you wish to be saved from this calamity, the only one who can protect her is Maithili. Therefore, surrender to her, please her, beg forgiveness. Artha siddhitutum vaidehyam Pashyamyaham Apustitham Rakshasendra Vinashancha Vijayam Agavasyacha. I am seeing Sita getting closer and closer to the fulfillment of her mission. I also see the destruction of Ravana and the victory of Rama. I clearly see without any doubt. Then she says, Nimitta Bhutametatu Shrotumasya Mahat Priyam Drishyate Surat Chakshuhu Padmapatra Vivayata. Now, all of a sudden, she's able to relate her dreams now to what is happening to also Sita. The various signs. So, the signs SIGNS, the signs of signs. Signs of signs is all of Nimitta is all about signs of signs. SIGNS. There are various signs. Our Shastras say this whole universe is interconnected. And therefore, as events unfold, there are various ways in which the universe speaks to us. Every object, everything around can potentially indicate to a direction in which certain events are unfolding based on one's own karma. So therefore, be it swapna, the dream, or be it the nimitta, the various indications, the signs that we see, they are all in a way unfolding of one's prarabdha. Now, one can be a skeptic. One extreme is to be a skeptic and completely say all these are in the realm of superstition. The other can be a completely belief based without any understanding. Now here, Shastras very clearly say one needs to have a balance. There are clear reasons as to why things happen as they happen. And therefore, everything that happens, there is a message. It is not easy. It is not easy to unravel the message. And that is the reason why within Jyotita Shastra, there is a lot of effort made to analyze various signs that the universe presents. And it requires competence to decipher these signs and understand the directions. So here in Ramayana, we see a lot of nimittas that are described, which all point to certain directions which can be deciphered. And Trijata, it seems, understands Nimitta Shastra, and therefore she is able to decipher the signs that she sees. And here she says, this dream is indeed auguring well for Sita, and it is not auguring well at all for any of us, she says. And she says, and then what I see, I also see some signs here. The body language of Sita, which is also pointing to certain directions. She says, Yeshacha Hrishato Vasya Dakshinaya Dakshinaha Akasmadeva Vaidehya Bahureka Prakampate. The left shoulder of Sita seems to be throbbing, which is also an indication. And as the left shoulder is throbbing, it looks like when one is happy, the left shoulder throbs, especially for women. And while her left shoulder is throbbing and trembling, because of an indication that something good is going to happen, I also see her left thigh trembling as well. And also her left eye is also twitching, she says. Padma Patra Vibhavetam. But the lotus eyes of Sita, the left eye of Sita is also twitching. The left eye of Sita is twitching, the left shoulder is throbbing, the left thigh is also trembling. All of this now, when I corroborate this with what I see, what I saw in my dreams, they're all pointing to something very good that is going to happen to Sita. Karenukhya Satapritam Savyashorunuttamam Vepamana Suchaiti Raghavaha Puratarastitham Ragavaha Puratarastitham. Now all the Rakshas want to know what these signs indicate. She says they all indicate only one thing. Suchayati Ragavam Puratah Stitham. Raghava is present here, she says. All these indications have only one meaning. In one way or the other, I see Rama is here. Now, it can mean two things. Rama is here through Hanuman. Hanuman is already there. Rama's Anguliya is already there. So Rama is there. Hanuman is very much there, who's going to give this message. And sooner or later, Rama will be there. So she is very categorical that this is a sign of victory for Sita. This is a sign of defeat for Ravana, destruction for Lanka. When the moment Trijata says, Suchayati Raghavam Puratastitham, the moment she made that statement, right then Valmiki says, Pakshija Shakha Nilayam Pravishtaha Punaha Punaschottama Santvadvadi Suswagatam Vachamudirayan Punaha Punaschodayati Vakrishtaha. Immediately it seems birds, Pakshija, birds started to come and start, and all the branches, sitting on the branches of the Shinshupa tree, all the birds started to sing sweetly. All the birds started to make noises, sweet noises. And then as they were hovering around the tree at that very moment, on the tree under which Sita was seated, and looking at the scene, this marvelous scene, with all the birds making sweet squeaking noises all the time, Trijata exclaimed, this confirms my theory. This confirms what I saw in my dream. This confirms all the signs that I am seeing. These birds, this is now Shakuna Shastra. There is a Nimitta Shastra, there is Shakuna Shastra. Sometimes we use them all, one for the other, exchanging. When we say Shakuna, Shakuna is not Nimitta. Shakuna refers to birds. Shakuna means birds. The Shastra which talk about the signs, what we can learn from the behavior and the conduct of the birds, that by which one can understand the events that will unfold. That is Shakuna Shastra. Here, this is a good sign, she says. Looking at this, what's happening now, Trijata says, I'm convinced. I mentioned that Rama is near. Now, this corroborates, this confirms that he is near. He is arriving. Victory to Rama. Victory to Rama, victory to Sita, and destruction to Ravana, she says. and all the Rakshas. Now Hanuman is elated, and he knows now this is the opportune moment for him. The moment Prajita says victory to Rama, she says now time has come for him now to finally approach Sita. And Sita is also now filled with hope listening to Prajita. Now what happens next? We will see in the next session. Until then, Jai Shri Ram.